So you want to buy a house and are thinking about hiring a real estate agent. You ask 10 different people in the street that are prospective, and they're probably going to give you 7 different answers. Everyone's experience is pretty unique, and people often don't know all of the questions that you should be asking the agent. Real estate purchase is going to be the most important transaction of most people's lives, the most expensive one for sure. And so getting it right is really important, especially at a point when home prices are at all-time highs, mortgage rates are on the rise. It's kind of important to make sure that you get the best representation when you're really thinking about this process. In this video, we are going to look at 41 different questions you can ask the agent you plan to hire to help you buy a home. Number 1, which states are you licensed in, and can you provide me a copy of your license? Let's say that you're looking to buy in one state, but you're also thinking about buying in another. Like you're looking at Georgia, but you're also thinking about Florida. You're looking at New York, you're also thinking about New Jersey. But you want to find out if the agent that you're planning to hire is actually licensed in these states. Also, you want to get a copy of their license. Even if this person came from a really trusted friend or colleague or somebody like that, you just want to make sure that the person is who they say they are. And that's really important for professional designations. Number 2, what multiple listing service are you a part of? There are over 500 multiple listing services throughout the United States. They're tools that allow cooperative agreements between brokerages for the sale of listings and provide a lot of in-depth information about properties. So when you go on Zillow or Realtor.com or something like that, you're going to see like a lot of listings. You may not be seeing all the listings for sale in your area. And also, you're going to get kind of limited information. And with MLSs, you're going to get a lot of more in-depth information. You're going to get block and lot information. You're going to get sales history information. You're going to have a really in-depth look of all the different things that have been done to this house, different characteristics of the property. It also allows you to organize your search with the broker you're working with. You want to make sure that the person is a part of the MLS that you're working in, or they have an alternative way to make sure to get access to all the properties in the market. Number 3, how long have you been licensed as an agent? This is important to know. It's a good idea just to understanding when you're going into a relationship with someone, like how long they've been doing it for. This can inform you on maybe things they've seen in the business, ups and downs, how good they might be at meeting your needs. So get a clear idea of how long they've been in the business for. Number 4, what certifications or designations do you have outside of your real estate license? So in addition to having just a state license, there's a bunch of different certifications that real estate agents can get. There's everything from certified negotiation expert to short sale agreements to different construction and architecture designations. There's a million different certifications out there. Each agent is going to come with their own sort of unique skill set, and that can be very valuable to your search, but it's always good to have an idea of what they've worked on besides houses. Number 5, what is your educational background? You might think this is a little bit much, but think about it like this. Whenever you've applied for a job, every single employer has asked you for a copy of your education. You're now in charge of hiring someone to help you. You're the boss now. So you want to have an understanding of like, where did that person go to school? Maybe they worked on something in school that contributes dramatically to the real estate work. Maybe they went to school for business. Maybe they went to school for architecture. Maybe they went to school for construction. Number 6, how many buyers have you helped purchase homes in the last year? You want to have an understanding of how active the agent is in the market they're working in. Are they walking around open houses a lot? Are they getting a vibe for where the market's at? In markets that sometimes are competitive or with not enough inventory, you really want to find any edge you can get. So an agent that's been doing deals is going to be able to help you understand the current market cycle that you're in. Number 7, how many transactions have you closed in total? You want to have an understanding of someone's whole career. You want to figure out, hey, have you closed like 100 transactions or something like that? And what kind of properties have you worked on? And have you worked on things that are close to what I want? So in addition to that, you want to ask them, can you provide me a list of your closed transactions? And that's a proof. Most agents should generally have these things. On our team, we have a database of every transaction we've ever closed, the dates that we closed it, when we met, the people we were working with, things about the process. Number 9, what neighborhoods or areas do you specialize in? Some agents you're going to find, they're going to work in a larger radius. A lot of times they'll work on a significant number of areas, even counties. And then in other areas, more maybe metropolitan cities, you find agents that works just in 1 or 2 neighborhoods. And they know pretty much everybody in those neighborhoods. They're like the mayor. Number 10, what type of properties do you have experience with? There's a lot of different properties that a residential home buyer can buy. They could buy a single family home. They could buy a condo. They could buy a cooperative building. They could buy a 2-family building. They could buy a mixed use building. There's residential real estate and commercial real estate. If your friend is a commercial real estate agent, they may not be able to help you with your residential purchase, vice versa. Number 11, have you worked with rental properties? How many rental transactions have you completed? Let's say you want to buy an investment property. Well, you want an agent with investment property experience. Let's say that you want to buy a 2-family home in one of the apartments you're going to rent out. You want the agent to help you price that, or else at least at minimum guide you in the right direction. Even if you're buying a single family home, you never know where at some point in life it might go a different direction and you have to rent the home. So you want understanding the sale value. You also want to understand the rental value. Number 12, do you own a home yourself? Have you completed renovations or worked on investment properties? There's a lot of questions within this question. Ideally, you want to have an understanding if the person that you're working with is invested in real estate in some capacity. Do they own their own home? Have they dealt with the maintenance of owning a home? It's a good idea to understand the experience outside of just deals the person that you're going to work with has. Number 13, how do you help buyers navigate market conditions like low inventory or high competition? Some people will just send you multiple listing services property. Other agents are going to be making calls for you. They're going to be sending out emails to groups of agents in the area. They're going to be out knocking on doors. They're going to be out taking social media ads. There's a lot of different things agents do to help buyers buy homes. Number 14. Tell us about your toughest transaction. What challenges did you have and how did you overcome them? Agents will always talk about, hey, we sold X amount of homes. We've sold $100 million in real estate. What they often don't talk about, and what can be sometimes the most valuable insight, is what about your toughest transaction? Think about the thing where everything just went wrong. What kind of challenges did you go through and how did you overcome them? A lot of this is setting expectations, understanding how resilient they are. Number 15, who is your brokerage? What can you tell me about them? Some brokerages have a lot more agents. They are your massive publicly traded brokerages. Sometimes a brokerage is like a 1 or 2 person mom and pop shop. What's the special sauce of this company that you work for? Like, why do you work with? Number 16, let's say that agent is part of a team. This is becoming more common. Agents are a part of larger teams, and sometimes they will share responsibilities. That might involve the work they do with you. You have an understanding of who's actually going to be working on the file. You want to have an understanding of what kind of support system the agent has. Do they have an assistant? Do they have a transaction coordinator? What level these people are involved in the process? Number 18, what sets your brokerage apart from others? What is the thing that you guys do differently? How does that impact me as a buyer? I don't care that your company sells $20 billion in real estate a year. I want to get the best deal for me and my family. Number 19, what is your approach to helping buyers find the right home? Where do you look for opportunities? There's a lot of places that you can find homes. You can find them through the MLS. You can find them on Facebook. You can find them through auctions. You can find them on Zillow that say, make me move. Agents have a network where sometimes they find out about properties before they hit the market. So what are you doing to help me find opportunities? Number 20, how do you help clients narrow their search to properties that meet their needs? Do you have any guides? Do you have any checklists, any tips that will help me understand my search better and where I may be able to buy? Number 21, how many homes do you typically show before a buyer finds the right one? I may be not ready to buy a home for 2 years, and I may want to look at 100 homes before that. Is that something that you're okay working on? Number 22, how do you handle competing offers or multiple offer situation? Let's say the agent that you're working with is also working with other buyers. Let's say that you and another buyer want to buy the same home. It's not common, but it does happen. What's your responsibility to me at that point? So speaking of that, number 23, how do you assist in crafting a competitive and creative offer? What's your process of sending an offer to the seller? How often do you follow up? Number 24, what is your role during the negotiation process? Negotiation is pretty critical to home buying. Agents are supposed to be professional negotiators. You want to have an understanding of how are you going to be available? How often can we speak about said offer and what kind of timelines am I under? Number 25, how do you handle any issues that come up? Not every real estate transaction goes 100% smoothly. A lot of things can go wrong. You might have trouble getting the mortgage. There might be an issue on the title. The seller might have trouble moving out there. The house might get hit by a tornado. The agent is the quarterback of the transaction process. So how do they handle things that come up? Number 26, what technology or tools do you help find homes or manage transactions? When you're looking at properties, it's not easy to always remember all of them. And you might see something that you like, but you might forget some important details. So how do you keep our process and our search organized? What properties we've looked at, talked about, viewed, made offers on, and then how are you sending me information that's relevant to my buying process? Number 27, how often do you share listings with your clients and what is your schedule for doing so? So a lot of markets, properties are selling still in days. You want to have an understanding of how often is the agent communicating with you to make sure that you're not missing opportunities and you're not getting overwhelmed. Let's say that you're busy. If you're getting an email, a text message 10 times a day, that might be a little bit too much. It's good to understand the schedule for talking about new information and make sure that's going to work for you. Number 28, what kind of vendors are in your network? Do you know attorneys, title companies, plumbers, electricians? Can you help me with any of the other people that I might need in the real estate transaction? Number 29, why do you recommend these people? I should definitely talk to this attorney. Well, why? What is it about them that you like? Tell me the characteristics or qualities that you value in them and maybe some of your past experiences. Number 30, can you recommend reliable lenders? One of the things that you're going to be doing early in the real estate process is getting a pre-approval. You want to talk to a lot of mortgage brokers before you make a decision. Why is it that you like this mortgage broker? What do they do? What's helpful about them? Number 31. Let's say I might be able to qualify for some first-time home buyer programs or down payment assistance programs. I want to know if you've worked with any of these kind of programs before and what your experience is with them and what can you tell me about them? Number 32, how do you handle legal disclosures and ensure I'm informed about properties I am considering? A lot of states have their own sort of disclosures that are pertinent to that state that you as a buyer must read and sign. For example, New York State has the fair housing disclosure. They have the agency disclosure so that buyers and sellers understand who's representing who. There's also property condition disclosures. How are you helping me understand these disclosures? To protect my own interest. Number 33, what are the typical contingencies in a real estate contract? Let's say I want a home inspection. I want to have a contingency that I'm getting a mortgage. So if I don't get the mortgage, then I don't lose money. I want you to help me understand what kind of contingencies are common in a real estate contract and how you negotiate for them. Number 34, have you worked with unique financing methods before? Let's say that I want to buy a farm property. I want to make sure the agent I'm working with has some understanding of how USDA loans work. Let's say I'm a veteran. I want to make sure the agent I'm working with has an idea of how VA loans work. Number 35, how do you prefer to communicate? So the agent that you're working with, they're often going to have a preferential way of communicating, whether it's email, text, or phone. We hopefully want to make sure that matches your preferred method of communications, because let's say that you hate being on the phone, but your agent doesn't send emails. Probably not, but you never know. You just want to make sure that you have an understanding of how they like to communicate. Number 36, how often will we check in during the home buying process? I'm working with you. We have a contract to work together. How often I should hear from you? And I want to make sure that I'm not A, overwhelming you, and B, that you're actively working for me. Number 37, are you available on evenings and weekends for showings or maybe urgent matters? Obviously, a lot of people work 9-to-5 jobs, so it can be tough for them to go to see homes like in the middle of a Tuesday. But they are freely available to go out and see open houses on a Saturday or Sunday. So the agent that's working with them, are they going to be able to come along with you? Do they have that availability? Are they able to go see properties after work on a Tuesday or something? Number 38. How quickly do you typically respond to calls, messages, or emails? It's a good idea to set these expectations right away, like your schedule. If I call you and you're not available, how fast should I expect a return call? Because I want to make sure that we set the right expectations from day one. Number 39, you're going to be signing a contract with an agent to work with you. That's part of all the new laws that are coming into play. A lot of times, buying a house is a handshake agreement, but now it's not going to be anymore. Now it's going to be a contractual agreement. So you want to understand, how is the agent getting paid? Is it by hour? Is it a set percentage of the commission? Who is paying the commission? Is it the seller that's paying that fee, or are they expecting you as the buyer to pay that fee? In what cases does that fee not exist? Number 40, what sets you apart from other agents? What's your unique value proposition? Why should I work with you instead of any of the other people I'm speaking with? And the final piece for today, what didn't we cover today? I know we talked about a lot. There's a lot of questions. I know it can be overwhelming, but what didn't we talk about? What other things do I need to know about the buying process? Help me just understand everything. All right, so there you have it. 41 different questions you can ask a prospective real estate agent who you're considering hiring. As a buyer, it's more important than ever to make sure that you're getting exactly what you need when you're buying a house. Follow my channel for more tips. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this video. Share with a friend if you think it can help them out. Hit me up with any questions that you might have, and we'll see you next time.